Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing, and welcome back to Portfolio Update. This is a monthly series where I unveil my entire portfolio from A to Z, and this is update number 32. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian. This channel is all about income-oriented investing, and I don't just talk the talk, I also walk the walk. I'm fully invested in the high yield passive income strategies, and of course you'll see exactly what I own in this video, and I do this every single month. So make sure to subscribe if you're curious to follow my portfolio's progress throughout its lifetime, right? So what will I show you in this video? Well, first of all, I'll give you a bird's eye view of my account values using passive, and then we'll do a deep dive into my retirement accounts, which have all US listed funds entirely on drip, just dripping away. And then we'll look at my main portfolio, which is kind of the portfolio that I live off of. That's mostly invested, or actually fully invested in Canadian listed funds. So let's go through the bird's eye view first, and then we'll use Excel sheets, or I'll show you my portfolio in Excel sheets so it's easier to digest. And don't forget that you could download the Excel sheets that I'm about to show you for free on my website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. Just go to free tools and resources, and it will be the very first download in case it's too small and you're having trouble following along. But I actually made it a bit bigger starting in the last month, so it should be easier to see. So without further ado, let's see what's going on in my portfolio. We'll cover all the updates done in December of 2023, but I am filming this on January the 15th of 2024. So my account values will be as of January 15th, but all the changes will be as of the end of December. Let's get to it. All right, everyone, here is my portfolio value. This is all 6 of my investing accounts together, translated or converted to Canadian dollars. You are looking at Passive. This is the portfolio management tool that I use to give you a bird's eye view, really consolidate all my investing accounts. And what do you know? They are the sponsor of the video. They are a good friend of the channel. So I would like to thank Passive for sponsoring this video. And don't forget, guys, if you don't use Passive, you should at least try it out, because they have a free version which is free forever. Try it out, connect your whatever broker you use. I use Questrade, so you get the elite membership for free, a $99 value, absolutely for free for if you use Questrade like myself, or you could unlock extra little features. And by the way, if you want to try the elite membership and you don't use Questrade, I do have a referral or a coupon code in the video description below where you could get 50% off for the first year. So if you want to try it out, you could try it out for $50 instead of $99. You got nothing to lose, and worst comes to worst, you don't like it or you don't need the extra functions, you could always switch back or downgrade to a community user, which is always free. So make sure to download Passive, guys. It's really a nice portfolio organizational tool. So, and you've been with me a long time. Most of you watching, you know that I have a total of 6 investing accounts, and I really separated into 2 entities. My retirement accounts, which makes up approximately 40% of this total value, and the main portfolio, which is our 2 TFSAs and joint cash account or joint margin account, which makes up about 60% of the total portfolio. And the retirement accounts includes our two RRSPs and my very small Lira. So here is the total amount as of January 15th. The US market is actually closed today, but the Canadian market is open. So what we'll do now is go through all the changes that I've made in both the main portfolio and the retirement accounts. There has not been any changes whatsoever in the retirement accounts. And by the way, I'm going to show you the Excel file now. You could download it for free, like I mentioned in the introduction, on my website. It's the very first link under free tools and resources. So here is the breakdown in Excel, so it's much easier to digest here. Of our retirement account. So my RSP, my wife's RSP, and my small Lira. And in my RSP, the main position is QQQY, which is the Defiance NASDAQ Enhanced Option Income ETF. And in my wife's account, it's the JEPY, which is basically the same thing, but on the S&P 500. We both have SVOL as minor or secondary positions. And I have Maxi that's the exclusive position, which is a Bitcoin style ETF. In my Lira, I decided to go all in. And as you could see, I'm almost broken even on Maxi because of the big run that Bitcoin has had. So I'm very happy about that. And I also have RIV and RA as secondary positions in my wife's account. And you could actually see the investments, the initial investments for each. So the ones I really want to concentrate on is QQQY and JEPY because these are really the biggest, most core investments. So if you go back to passive and we look at my RRSP, you'll see that my QQQY, and by the way, for all our retirement accounts, everything is on drip now. Every single thing is on drip. So, and by the way, no changes since last month in terms of positions, and I don't expect there to be much changes in the RSPs going forward. Everything is on drip. So all I really do, guys, is make sure the dividend rate is updated with the last distribution. This is based on the last distribution of QQQY and SVOL, et cetera, et cetera. And all I do is update my number of shares so I could get my updated income levels every single month, every single year. And of course, I use the exchange rate because what I'm showing you here is translated to Canadian dollars, right? Even the totals, this is all translated to Canadian dollars. So QQQY, I have a $120,000 investment. That's how much money I put in. And right now, as you could see from my passive, the investment is worth $128,000. So I'm up $8,000 on QQQY, which is doing really well. I just want to show you this because QQQY, JPY, I have it all on drip. So what's really important is the value of the investment. So my $120,000 investment is now worth $128,000. And on my wife's account, the $100,000 JPY investment is currently worth $108,000 as well. So I'm up pretty much $8,000 on both investments. So I'm very happy so far with JEPY and QQQY. I will continue to just leave them and drip them. Everything is on drip, by the way, as well. But those are really the core positions. And I'm going to show you that every single month to show you how the QQQY and JEPY core positions are doing. So I'm very, very happy about that. Even RIV and RA, they're finally starting to go back up. You see with RIV, I'm almost broken even. The $25,000 investment is now worth just under that. And RA, the $25,000 investment, of course, RA took a beating because they reduced the distribution a while ago, but it's starting to pick up, and you see that it's at 18.8. And just to keep you in the loop, I have a strong suspicion that probably when RA reaches the $20,000 mark, I will sell it. And yes, I guess you could say that would be a $5,000 loss, unfortunately, but I will definitely put the $20,000 in JEPY. So I will both have a $120,000 investment in the core positions, and it's going to be much easier to track. And, I just feel definitely more comfortable with JEPY, obviously, because it's just the S&P 500, and I do love indexes as well. So this is how the RSPs are doing, everyone. And the lira, of course, I'm almost broken even on it, which I'm very, very happy about. So translated monthly income is a little over 12,000, which is less than last month because the QQQY and the JPY distributions have gone down. So I did update that. So that is really the majority of the income drop from last month. You'll see that in the thumbnail, it was like 24,000 or 25,000, and it's a little bit less. It's like 21,000. So that is really the reason for the drop in terms of income. But again, the RSPs are completely on drip. This is completely hands off. All I really do is update the number of shares every month, which is I just have more and more shares, and I make sure the dividend rates, the annual dividend rates, are good. And by the way, RIV reset their distribution for 2024 a tad higher than last year, from $1.53 to $1.54, and that's because the net asset value picked up by the end of the year. So very excited for RIV as well, because I've just been compounding units at a discount. RIV is still at an 8% discount. So is RA, by the way. So I really have no problem just picking up more discounted shares of these two. Very, very exciting stuff. And I'm really happy with QQQY and JPY, which are definitely the most important positions here. So now let's move on to the main portfolio, which is basically what I live off of. So let's break it down in Excel as well. All right, everyone. The main portfolio, which is a combination of our two TFSAs and joint margin account or joint cash account, all together, all consolidated here. And what we'll do is, first of all, we'll go through the portfolio, the main portfolio tracker, to see what changes I've done in December of 2023. And again, if it's too small, guys, you could download the Excel sheets and follow along yourself for free on my website. And by the way, you'll also get a free blank portfolio and blank budget file included here. So let's go to the main portfolio tracker tab. And if we look at what I did in December, I don't know if you know this, I actually quite forgot about it, to be honest with you. I still had a small position in Canopy Growth, and I finally got rid of it. I just fed up of seeing it, to be honest. And I got $3,000 for that. and I just swapped it into YTSL, which is kind of like my revenge, my high yield revenge, because we did not perform very, very well. I have to say that, throughout the time I've been trading Canopy Growth years ago, I've made more money than I've lost on it. So I'm happy about that. But I could finally say, guys, that I'm 100% now, not 99.9. I was 99.9 with Canopy Growth. Now I'm 100% in income investing in PII, in the high yield fund. So that's really the only thing I got rid of in December. I got rid of weed finally. That is the stock symbol, and put it in YTSL. That's why you see an approximate $3,000 investment in YTSL. I also put a nice chunk in USCL, a little bit in ENCL as well, just a tad, and some more RS in real estate. You guys know that I've been talking about this for a while. Not good time to buy real estate. Good time to buy real estate. I bought some more RS, which is real estate. Very happy about it because it's been going up lately. So this is the changes or the buys and sells I made in December. And if we look at the main portfolio, we'll go through it together. So as you could see, YTSL at a $10,000 holding here at 1%. I'm not sure. I doubt I'm going to add more to this, but never say never. But I'm very, very happy with my yield and my book price. So I'm up on YTSL a lot because I had bought some early on when Tesla was down. So it's definitely my highest yield at 26%. But keep in mind, it is higher risk because it's Tesla, which is why I only have a 1% here. So let's just go through the list. Well, let's talk about the funds that I bought, because I did buy a lot of USCL. So I finally hit 100,000 total investment in USCL with a book price of 1975, which is pretty much a stock price, or near the stock price is close to it, maybe a little bit higher now. Super high yield of 13.97. And as you guys could see and notice, I did add QQCL. I didn't add anything yet, but this should give you a hint of what I'm going to buy in January. So USCL, QQCL, which is basically the Horizons, S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 index-based ETFs with covered calls and 25% leverage. These are kind of like my new favorite funds because I absolutely love indexes. So expect me to add to these and make them really big, massive positions or core positions going forward. That's why they're highlighted in gold. Anything highlighted in gold, I consider core positions. And I did add more to RS, like I mentioned. So now I have 110,000 in RS, a little over 12% of my portfolio, a big chunk. I don't own any physical real estate, so investing in real estate is important to me. Might not be important to you, but it is to me. And I do have a book price, finally got to $15. Now RS is at 13 or something like that, or just under 13. So I'm still at a loss on it, or an unrealized loss on it. Who really cares? But I'm happy that my yield is over 10% on RS. So big news when it comes to HYLD and HDIV. They made little adjustments, and I expect big adjustments to come in the next 2-3 months as they launch their own yield maximizer, energy, gold, US banks, ETFs. Healthcare as well, and they swap out the third-party one. So I'm expecting the fees to go down, the yield to go up, and they've already started. HYLD as well. They added H bond in HYLD, which I find is a good move. I just can't wait till they get rid of RYLD, and I have a feeling they'll definitely get rid of JEPI and JEPQ and swap out HHL, GLCC, and XF for their own once they come out. So I expect big changes still to come for HYLD and HDIV. They both increase their distribution a tiny bit, both of them, but I expect a little bit more distribution increases in the next couple of months. I'm happy with over 10% yield on them as well. I have no problem with that. HDIF, another core position, just the epitome of consistency, like what Harvest is known for. This is an eyesore for me because I have OCD. I wish I could get 10% yield on it, but I'm almost there. I'm at 9.7. Another big position. USCL, QQCL, we've already discussed. I do expect to start a position in QQCL. You'll see that in the next portfolio unveil. GDV, DGS, didn't add anything to these, but the great news is finally DGS is paying, so I could finally not put zero here like I've been doing. So, these totals are completely legit now because DGS is paying. Every single thing in the portfolio is paying. And ENCL just added a little bit to get to 50,000 for my OCD. So this is definitely the highest yielding covered call or diversified covered call ETF in Canada right now, because there's YTSL at about 20. This one's at about 17-18% yield. Very, very cool stuff here. Very, very high yield. Very happy with this one. BKCL and Bank and Call are my three financial covered call ETFs. Call is not leveraged, but BKCL and Bank are. BKCL and Bank are the Canadian ones, and Call is the US ones. FTN is a little mix of both. FTN is at $17 unit NAV, so I see no danger of it not paying. I do have a book price of 1036 and it's just under 8%, so I am down on FTN. FTN and ETHY are my two biggest losers right now, unrealized losers, but I'm very optimistic about both of them. HPYT, very consistent, very awesome, 15% yield. I'm never going to complain about that. US, it's my only fixed income style covered call ETF. But don't forget that HPYT has been added as a small position in HDIF, just like HBOND, which is a very similar ETF, was added to HYLD. So maybe I'll put another 5K in here, but HPYT will always be a secondary position because my more preferred favorite covered call ETFs are ones that are a bit more diversified and use leverage as well. But hey, 15% yield. It's still about 15% yield right now. Great pickup. BTCY, Bitcoin's been exploding. I hope that the distributions will slowly start going up again, just under 10%. But you know, if the monthly distribution hits 5 cents a month, which is 0.6 a year, I'll pass 10%. So I'll be very, very happy about that. And hopefully Ether follows. Ether has gone up significantly because now there's speculation that an Ether spot ETF will come out. So hopefully also the Ether will follow as well. So very, very happy with the portfolio. It's going really well. It has risen in value. You could see that here. My total book cost is $884. My current portfolio value is $810. So I'm actually only down less than 9% or less than 8.5%, which is awesome. Obviously this is really, don't care about this. Doesn't make any difference to me. All that matters is the income. But I just want to show you that because, just because you have a high yield income portfolio doesn't mean you're going to, your capital is just going to drop to zero over time. And by the way, where do I get this 810? Well, I get it with Passive. If you just when I click on main portfolio, it includes the two TFSAs and joint account, which is basically all consolidated in here. And you see that the total value is 816,800. So why did I put 810? Well, that's because I don't want to count the cash that I have. I'm going to probably invest it tomorrow on Tuesday because all my dividends will be in on Tuesday. So I basically did 816 minus 6,000 basically because this money hasn't been deployed, so it's not part of the book cost yet. So I put 810. That's basically it. So total yield is 12.37%. My annual income is 109. My monthly income is 91.21. This is gross. Don't forget I'm a Canadian non-resident, which means that I pay a 25% withholding tax on all my dividends and distributions in my joint margin account. TFSA is still tax-free. So the total after that 25% withholding tax is just under $7,500. I'm hoping by next portfolio unveil I'll finally hit $7,500 clean every single month net of the withholding tax. And you could actually see, I also put this just as an FYI, you could see how much is generated from my TFSA versus the cash account. So you see I'm getting closer to that $2,500 a month milestone from our two TFSAs. And I just passed $5,000 a month just from the cash account. And this is net of withholding taxes. This is net here. It's $5,000 net of withholding taxes, which is pretty good now that DGS has paid, and hopefully it will continue to pay. So I'm just about to get to that $7,500 mark. Can't wait to get to 10,000. Just who knows how long it's going to take, but I'm just going to keep going. So that is the totals, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know. This is the entire main portfolio and RSP portfolio unveil with the total net, total value of the portfolio in Canadian dollars. I do have to work on a video where I'll answer the most common FAQs that I get, where I'll talk about taxes and structure and strategy and all that stuff in a portfolio explained video coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. And hey, we're going to be doing this again next month. I unveil my portfolio every single month so you could follow along, and hopefully it gives you the courage to start investing on your own. PII works and I absolutely love it. So see you next time. Hey, don't go yet. A few reminders before you leave. Did you know that I launched a YouTube loyalty membership program where for only $3 a month, you could become a PII Inner Circle member where you will gain access to exclusive content, exclusive videos and live streams, as well as other perks and benefits, including a really cool weekly opportunity report. That's right. If you're interested, just click on the little join button next to the subscribe button to see what it's all about. Also, make sure to follow me on Blossom and download Blossom. It's a social investing app, which is really cool. You could share your portfolio, follow other people's portfolios, including my own. My username is Adrian_PII. So download it with the referral link below. Not only is it free, but you could actually earn cash by taking these really small, quick 1-minute courses. Really awesome. It's a no-brainer. Also, make sure to visit our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. That's where you could book a one-on-one private coaching session with yours truly, with myself, where you could ask me all the questions you want. All the information and booking information is on the website. Make sure to check out that video on the homepage there to see how to book a one-on-one properly. Also on my website, you could purchase my digital product, which I'm very proud of, the ultimate DIY investing package. This is a reference tool or a companion tool that will help you build your own portfolio. So it has lists of funds, it has sample portfolios, and it covers both the Canadian and US stock markets. And the good news is you'll only ever have to buy it once because it comes with free lifetime updates. And my plan is really to update the version every single year. So make sure to pick it up. Also, I have Questrade and Passiv referral links below. So Questrade is the broker that I personally use, and Passiv is the broker companion tool or assistant that I use. Really cool program, really cool software. So I have referral links for both of those. Questrade, $50 of free trades. And Passiv, I have half off for the elite membership. If you're interested in the elite membership, and even if you want to start out with the free membership and upgrade to the elite afterwards, use my referral code so you could still get that 50% off. And don't forget that the elite membership of Passiv is 100% free if you use Questrade. For social media, we have a very successful and big Facebook group, private Facebook group with over 14,000 members where we all try to help each other out. So make sure to join that group. Information is below. We also have Instagram where you could follow us or more personal stuff when it comes to our life here in Panama. And there's LinkedIn as well. So as usual, everyone, how do I leave you? Continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay passive. See you next time.